Ricochet.
Get balls in the goal for points. New ball spawn.
Ricochet.
Get balls into the goal for points. New ball spawned. The enemy has dropped the ball. Comeback kill. Spawned. Point scored. Into the goal for points. Point scored.
Ricochet.
For points. New balls spawned. Your team dropped a ball. Point scored.
Ricochet.
New ball spawned. New ball spawned.
Ricochet.
Points. New ball spawned. The enemy has dropped the ball. Point scored. Game over.
Ricochet.
Kick balls into the goal for points. New ball spawn. Scored. New ball spawned. Your team dropped a ball. Get balls into the goal for points. You have the ball. First touch. The enemy has dropped the ball. Scored. New ball spawned.
Ricochet.
Balls into the goal for points. New ball spawned.
Ricochet.
Balls into the goal for points. New ball spawned. Dropped the ball. The enemy has dropped the ball.
Betrayal.
The enemy has dropped the ball. Carrier kill. The enemy has dropped the ball. The enemy has dropped the ball.
Betrayal.
Spawn. Points.
Ricochet.
Get balls into the goal for points. New balls spawn. Drop the ball. Point score.
Ricochet.
Get balls into the goal for points. New ball spawn. The enemy has dropped the ball. The enemy has dropped the ball. the ball. Point scored.
Ricochet.
Get balls in the goal for points. New ball spawned. Kill.
So I'll try this real quick. Mic check.
Hello.
Chat box, let us know if you can hear us.
Hi, Mom. I like Mom's tacos, am I right?
Excellent. Alrighty, so I guess we'll just go ahead and get the introduction started. Welcome, everybody, to Wednesday Night Grifbrawl, brought to you by GrifballHub.com. I am Goose Checka, and I have a very, very special commentator who will be calling this epic Red Ray versus HeMan and the Funky Bunch GGL Elite 8 playoff game series with me. It is the one and the only Bacon Fides.
Howdy, I'm the meatiest guy you know.
Yep, that is him right there. It is none other. So again, this is a GGL playoff game. Red Ray versus HeMan and the Funky Bunch. Red Ray captained by Mom's Taco 81 and HeMan and the Funky Bunch captained by Doe White Wizard. Now, Bacon, how much do you know about either of these teams?
I know a fair amount about Red Ray, and I know a fair amount about the players on HeMan and the Funky Bunch. So, I mean, I'm not the best at addition, but I'd add that up to some.
Okay, well that's something. I know obviously quite a bit about Red Ray. I have a very long personal. Is there someone with a chainsaw where you are, Bacon?
Oh, no, no.
Oh, okay. Just making
Might
sure
have
that
been
you're
a
okay.
motorcycle outside.
But yeah, Red Ray, old as dirt, even older than Wamp, and they knocked us out of the playoffs. So I'm not feeling the Red Ray vibe right now. I think I'm going to be cheering for HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
As a former member of Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers, who were longtime rivals with Red Ray, gonna go ahead and pick HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
Wow, so we have two anti-Red Ray predictions here right off the top. What about you, Chatbox? Let us know who you think will be taking this game. Remember, it is a best of 3 series, so we will play at least 2 games, possibly 3 here tonight. So Red Ray's a pretty solid tanking team. What do you think, Bacon, that Funky Bunch is going to need to do to topple this this indomitable force that is Red Ray?
Not suck is one. Don't make mistakes against Red Ray, because you'll pay for that. Also, Captrix needs to be on his A game if he's playing. Don't know if that's a thing.
Now, I know Captrix went for, he went pro, but I've never heard of him. Can you tell me anything about him?
Dude's nasty. He shows off a lot of talent for someone who is relatively new. And I like playing with him. He's pretty adaptable on court. So that's one thing that I personally look for in a player.
Are you surprised that he went pro?
No.
Well, that's an honest answer. How do you think people found out about him? Like, what was kind of his defining moment?
I don't know if he has a defining moment. I just know that he's been in a good amount of customs, and in these customs, he's absolutely shown off what he can do. So I think anyone who wants a solid fourth for their team could absolutely pick up Captrix, and he can fill that role.
All right, and I know, if I remember right, Epic Fluffy Ninjas is also on the Funky Bunch.
He is, in fact, on the Funky Bunch.
Is he
so
really
is your boy Inactive Spoon.
Is he really as fluffy as he makes himself out to be?
Probably as fluffy as he makes himself out to be. Not quite as epic, which is a little disappointing, but he's a pretty good ninja, so...
Alright, so 2 out of 3.
Going for him.
I know Bacon has sent out some messages to Mom's Taco and Aviant to try and get them in here. Oh, good, and there's Aviant right in the chat box, right as we speak his name. It looks like Perfect Demise is giving a Red Ray prediction, 7-2 and 8-1 over the Epic Fluffy Ninjas. I've got Fluffy Ninjas on the brain. Over HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
I will say, if this is a challenge of team names alone, HeMan and the Funky Bunch takes the ship.
Well, that's true. If it were a challenge of team names, I think it would be difficult to beat that. Absolutely. All right,
Yeah.
so as soon as we get the teams in here, we'll get this game started. So hint, hint, Red Ray and Funky Bunch, get on it and come join us in our lovely Halo 4 lobby.
It's all right. I wouldn't call it lovely.
Is there a car driving through your living room now?
Oh, yeah. You know, open windows, busy streets, sensitive mics. It's all about it.
Okay, well, that's good. It gives a nice ambiance, a good environmental feel to the epicness that's about to unfold. All right, so we have some predictions in the chat box. Feel free to share your own. We'll be getting started here as soon as the teams allow. And of course, this is a Wednesday night Grifbrawl, so thank you all for coming out to our main event. And keep in mind that we do stream tomorrow night too for Thursday night Grifbrawl. We're very creative with the names. And tomorrow night we're featuring TG Blizzard versus Reckless Fire, which is another GGL playoff match. So we streamed one last night. We had Watch and Awe versus Hot Bikini Guys. Tonight we have Red Ray. Are you okay?
No, I'm just really excited. I love Grifball.
Okay, lots of Grifball. Yeah. So three nights of Grifball for the price of one.
I don't pay at all. That's what happens when you know the right people.
Right. It's all about who you know.
And make sure to stop by GrifballHub, booth number 433, if you want a thin bag.
That's right. Bacon was our salesman of the year for RTX, and he literally sold a double XL shirt to a very small, petite young woman. So thank you, Bacon, again for your dedication. We'll definitely be calling on you next RTX to help sell the merch. Let's see here. All right, everybody spam Avianch.
Gucci Rat is in fact in the house. Shouts out to my boy, Mr. Crowbar. All about that Massachusetts swag.
I think those are sentences you put together, but I'm not quite sure.
You know me, fluent in English.
So yeah, obviously we had Watch and Awe win last night, and they're advancing to the Elite 8. This is an Elite 8 game itself, so the team that wins this will be going to the Final Four, so either Red Ray or HeMan and the Funky Bunch. And then tomorrow night, Aviant, we did invite Taco. Bacon, invite Taco again. It sounds delicious. And then tomorrow night, for Thursday night Grifbrawl, we have TG Blizzard versus Reckless Fire, which is another GGL playoff match. And then on Fridays, we have Pro Ace Joker doing his Halo speed runs. So those are pretty cool if you've never actually seen them. I know I watched my first one a couple weeks ago, and
gotta go fast.
You gotta go fast, and you learn a ton. Who knew Pro Ace Joker was so sharp?
Not me.
He hides it well.
Heart you.
All right, Bacon. Apparently, Mom's Taco. Oh, never mind. There we go. There we go. We have some lovely people in the chat, not in the chat box, rather, in the lobby here with us. And we have Mom's Taco leader.
I got kicked out of a hotel lobby once. Fun fact.
Yeah, that's a pretty normal thing for a Grifballer to do. I remember one PAX where I'm pretty sure a Grifballer peed in the lobby.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's the fastest way to get sent to jail and be put on a registered sex offender list. Pro tip: don't do that.
Yeah, that would be a negative thing. All right, so for Red Ray, it looks like we've got Hosty and Dragon and Mom's Taco and Tarek Matpot. So we are just waiting for HeMan and the Funky Bunch. And Bacon, did you happen to invite any of those fine gentlemen?
Not saying I didn't, but maybe. A strong maybe.
Okay. Well, we will get them in here. Give me just a second. I'm going to check in with the teams.
Who's on that team? Inactive school.
Bacon, it sounds like you're in a toilet.
That's absolutely a possibility, Goose. Don't tempt me.
What's up, bud?
Oh, shouts out to Bacon for Dads entering the domain.
One of your friends from the drumline, Carlos? I'm not autistic. So he's been trying to reach you.
I'm back.
All right. Mr. Crowbar is saying I made a mistake. I don't know what I'm looking for.
No, he's probably talking about me.
Oh. No, Bacon's not a mistake. Bacon's adorable.
I was an accident.
Well, I've met him and I've met his dad, so I've met like the whole Bacon family.
I
Or
mean,
most of the Bacon family.
some of it. I'm related to Decleek.
I'm a little concerned by that. All right, well, we're just waiting on HeMan and the Funky Bunch. I guess they are being,
I invited them. I guess they just don't know that I'm actually doing this, so.
fashionably late. Let's see here. Who is the captain? The White Wizard is the captain for them. Let's go find him. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay. Thank you, Dragon. All right, so Dragon's working to get HeMan and the Funky Bunch in here. Apparently they are online, but they are currently being detained by Poison Pop-Tart. So we will try to wrangle them from the clutches of the Pastry King and get them in here so that we can get this game going.
You describe things very in detail, and I don't know how I feel about that.
You feel good. As a psychologist, I can tell you how you feel, and you feel good.
What number am I thinking of?
12.
God damn it.
Oh. So let's see here. Cal just sent me a text and it says, "Can I do something crazy?" I want everybody to be on this experience with me as we figure out what Cal is asking about. Because I feel like this is going to be one of those things I'm going to share.
Your house might be on fire right now.
Well, I'm in the house. Remember, he's in New York. And Grunt Padre, Cal's not here. He's...
Okay. Cool your jets there.
All right, Taco has the lead, so he'll have to open the party up. There we go. All right. No, I just gave it to you because I don't have the proper game guides.
It appears as though Poison X Pop-Tart is subbing?
Okay, so it sounds like there's a little bit of a problem with Inactive Spoon and his internet, so Pop-Tart may be stepping in at this point, and that is what the delay is for at this moment.
The real problem here is that I was just given leader, and this is quickly turning into a SWAT tournament.
So it appears that Inactive Spoon's having some internet difficulties and has asked Poison Pop Tart to step in. So Pop Tart's checking in with Red Ray to make sure that the sub is okay, and that is where we're at right now. Well, as always, we work on Grifball time here at GrifballHub, which whatever we say at time it is, usually about 15 minutes after the fact is when you can rely on something to actually start. So Grifball time had happened, and Bacon, you need to mute your your Twitch page, dear. And Perfect Demise is kindly asking that you fix your lovely mic.
I'm
All right,
kindly
there we
asking
go.
for
We've got
get
everybody
his
in the
bitch ass
line.
out of here. No offense.
I have no idea what you just said because I talked right over you. It happens. All right, so in the lobby right now, we have Bacon for Days and myself as your commentators. We got Dead Dragon, Mom's Taco, Tarek Macpot, and Triumph Hosty for Red Ray. We have Epic Fluffy Ninjas, Keptrix, Mr. Limbo Pimp, and Poison Pop Tart representing HeMan and the Funky Bunch. So captains are talking some things out real quick, and I don't know if they're going to run a host check, but if they do, that'll be up next. And if not, we'll go right into the game and get this series started.
Um. So while they're working out some technical difficulties, how's my stream pals doing? What's going on in the chat box? Nine rounds or get the fuck out. What is this? Amateur hour? God. Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you.
All right, Bacon, make sure that you mute yourself so that the team you're on does not hear you commentating, and be sure to run backwards.
Run backwards, you say?
Yes. Yes, run backwards. All right, everybody, boys and girls, bloggers of all ages, this is Wednesday Night Grifbrawl, and we are in the Grifball playoffs. This is for the GGL Elite 8, Red Ray versus HeMan and the Funky Bunch. Red Ray in red, thankfully, and HeMan and the Funky Bunch in blue. They will be referred to as HeMan because HeMan and the Funky Bunch does not fit in the little thing we have there for you. So here we go. Remember to run backwards, Bacon. All right, here we go. Our opening tip-off. Again, Red Ray in red, the Funky Bunch in blue, and Red Ray win the tip-off. Runner goes in, gets a prompt stiff arm, and is slayed by Poison Pop-Tart. But Red Ray comes up with it.
I'm super invisible right now. This is really neat.
Are you with me? Are you here, Bacon? Are you commentating with me?
Yeah?
Okay. Do you want to say something about what's going on?
Yeah, that was one hell of a doorstop by HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
Alright, well, HeMan and the Funky Bunch currently have possession. Let's see here. We've got Epic Fluffy Ninjas on the near side tanking and leading his runner down. I think that's Poison Pop-Tart running. Oh, just gets popped up. Gets denied.
Would you look at that?
That was unlucky for the Funky Bunch, but I'm sure that's they're not gonna let that ruin their groove as they tank down on the far side. Or the runner explodes and goes sky high. Ball's dropped in the corner on the far side, and it is Red Ray ball.
HeMan and the Funky Bunch playing some solid defense right now.
Alright, that was Terry Knapspot.
Red Ray. Look at that.
Alright. So now, Bacon, you do know that since you are on Red Ray team, you can feel free to shout out who has the ball by looking at their service tags, right?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, here we go. We got took a look at a pro run, but was promptly denied, and Red Ray come up with it.
Tariq MacPot with the ball right now.
And what is Red Ray doing, Bacon?
You know, they're tanking. I'm having a lot of fun watching this game. Oh, look at that. Wow, what a goal. Down on Sports Center.
And who got the goal, Bacon?
I mean, the same guy who I said was running the ball. That was Tariq MacPot. Look at him. Scoring like it's not a big deal. What a boss. Good for him. Gold star.
Alright, here we go into round 3, and Bacon needs to move his bacony butt out of the announcer's booth so I can get in. Thank you, sir. So it looks like Red Ray comes up with the ball. Who has it? Bacon? Well, Bacon seems to have his breath taken away by the extreme action here on the court, so I'll go ahead and fill in for him. That is a pass right across the center to the plate. The waiting tank was taken out by the Funky Bunch.
Mike was muted. This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I'm glad you're back with us, Bacon.
Yeah. Thought I was a goner for a second, but you know, life vests. That's why you wear them.
Alright, so once again, Funky Bunch with possession, trying to tank out of their own spawn area. Epic Fluffy Ninjas is not able to clear his defensive tank, puts a runner in a very bad situation. Runner gets popped up, lands right on the wall hop, skids down.
Ooh.
Very close call.
Yep.
Yeah, the Sports Pop-Tart who managed to save the day with the call sign of Cyan.
A hero.
He is a wonderful human being, I can't say that.
Oh, runner in a bit of a pickle here. Throwing it out.
Pass the ball to the far side, and now Pop-Tart has it. It's going to make a move down the far side. Well, never mind. He's not making a move.
With a little spawn killeroo. Oh, and he's taken out.
A spawn killeroo?
Yep, that's what they call it on the streets.
I see. Alright, so runner in trouble right beneath the announcer's box. He comes away from it unscathed. Going to the far side now. His only tank gets taken out, and see here, who's got the call sign of Sam?
Oh my. Might be a little bit of lag going on.
Yeah, just a tad bit. Little jumpy, but hopefully it'll calm down for the teams.
A small handful of some laggy dags.
Mr. Limbo Pip on the lead tanking
Oh,
job.
snap, would you look at that. Runner
That was
taken.
Triumph Hosty with the kill.
Good for him. Job well done, Hosty. You get my seal of approval.
Mom's Talk was actually on a killing
for
spree.
goal.
I'm trying to see, I can't make out quite who has the ball. Can you tell from the tag, Bacon?
That would be Tariq Macpot again.
Okay, so he seems to be the dedicated runner for Red Ray at this point.
I had no idea. I thought he was a solid tank, yet he's also a solid runner.
So that makes him a hybrid?
No, he's just both. That's not how it works.
Okay, well, he passes for
Oh, that pass
interception.
intercepted. Would you look at that?
That was
Eli
Mr.
Manning
Limbo
with the
Pimp.
ball. Am I right? Sports
Mr.
fan?
Limbo Pimp with the interception, yeah. And goes back, gets one stiff arm. Oh, but gets stabbed in the back.
Hosty
That is
with the
Triumph Hosty
steal.
with the kill.
Hosty with the double steal.
Your team dropped a ball.
Here comes Red Ray on the far side. They have all four tanks forward, or all four players forward. 3 tanks, 1 runner. Runner sees the lane, goes for it, gets skidded over like a stone on a lake.
An unfortunate spawn, but fortunately, the runner makes it out alive.
I guess, so great job by Pop-Tart there, keeping his calm, keeping the Halo area clear, and a very close call there, so a bit of a lucky break for the
Head
HeMan and the
Dragon
Funky Bunch.
picking up the betrayal.
Epic Fluffy Ninja stepping up. Running,
Everyone
jumping.
make sure to follow Dead Dragon on Twitter.
Yes, that is a good thing to do.
Shout out.
And Bacon, if people are enjoying your vocal stylings, where can they find you on Twitter?
They can't. I don't have a Twitter. You can find me on MySpace, though. Or Google+. Also, make sure to buy a Zune while you're at it.
Red Ray with possession, taking down a heavy threat right here. They're going to need to be able to step
Oh,
up. Oh,
boy.
betrayal by Poison Pop-Tart. There's one
One
last
to
hope.
beat. And the goal.
Patrick
well
is not able to put up the fence and keep out Red Ray. And so that is Tariq Macpot once again with the goal.
Doing a good job of running.
Ricochet.
Let's see who wins this tip-off. Could be vital for HeMan and the Funky Bunch to win it.
So I'm just to listen into the Funky Bunch chat, and it seems one of their teammates is pretty fired up by how the things are going right now, and is a
Gonna
little
assume that was
spicy.
Keptrix?
Yeah, he's a little
Yeah, Keptrix
spicy.
does get pretty fired up, and you know what? I love the energy he brings to the court.
That's one way to put it. Ball thrown across the court, not quite
Rocco
exactly
with the
as you would
pickup.
like.
Hosty with the pickup and loses it, and HeMan and the Funky Bunch takes possession.
There's Keptrix going in, getting the stiff arm, channeling his anger, but it is not channeled narrowly enough as he's taken out, and now Red Ray have possession.
Comedy Central is my favorite channel.
Okay. It's a good channel, it's a legitimate channel. I like Animal Planet personally.
Big fan of cats.
Dogs.
Cats too. Gotta give cat people some love, even though I own 2 dogs and 0 cats. Gotta admit, they're pretty cute.
So are you saying I should give you love?
Okay. I'm not saying I'm a cat, but I am saying go ahead.
Okay, I think we'll say that for the Hubcast after hours for tomorrow night. Dead
Gotta
Dragon
keep
passes
it
the
clean
ball
for
off.
the kids.
And here comes Red Ray, full tilt, 3 tanks forward, just absolutely decimating.
Hosty just tanking straight through him. And Tariq Macpot putting up the 4th goal of the game.
It is tough because you can see 2 Red Ray people in yellow bar and Mr. Limbo Pimp in red bar. Not ideal conditions going on right now for either team.
Yeah, some might say
Ricochet.
not ideal at all.
Some might. It might even be unfortunate. But the game goes on. It is 3-0.
Ooh,
Sorry,
would you
4-0.
look at this? Oh, what development has just unfolded?
That is a pro
Focus, my
run.
lord.
Ball spawned.
Wow. With a pro run to save his team.
All right, so the comeback, is it real or is it fantasy?
Sounds to me like he lagged the goal in, according to Mom's Tacos 81 in the chat.
Well, I think there's enough lagginess on all sides here.
Oh, what do we have? Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. We had nothing here. Go back to watching the stream, folks.
Well, as someone who had a playoff game against Red Ray and faced down their hammers, I can say it was not an enjoyable 9-0 or 8-1, whatever it was. Definitely some frustration when you feel like you're wielding a pool noodle instead of a gravity hammer. But
Yeah,
that's
all been there, except for like, T-Rain and stuff.
I'm sure he has his pool noodle days too.
Oh, sure.
Maybe one day. Red Ray now.
Maybe someday.
Red Ray under attack. There goes. Looks like Pop-Tart had a lunge and it canceled.
Oh,
Kepchik's
what is
trying to run down the runner.
lag
but
funny going on here?
stabbed in behind. Just
Uh-oh.
not
Oh,
very.
what a stop. Look at that.
The enemy has dropped the ball.
Somehow the Funky Bunch come up with it after a pretty scattered and, dare I say, even jumpy streak by Red Ray.
Yeah, this is getting, I wouldn't say unbearable, but it's on the sketchier side of hosts.
And of course, after this, if the teams want to call in a neutral host, they are more than welcome to do so and take care of it however they like.
Wow.
That
Mom's Tacos 81 with the clutch pickup walk-in. Well, there you have it, folks. Red Ray takes game 1.
So it is the best of 3 series. So even though Red Ray officially has game 1, we will play the rest of the game, and then we will play the next game, and possibly a game after that, depending on how things go.
Wow. HeMan and the Funky Bunch bring us a
Holy
hard
shit.
tip-off win.
Your team dropped the
It
ball.
just someone needs to chuck the hammer over there on Red Ray. I think that was Tarek Mapot's hammer, and check it for steroids because that was just absurd.
I've heard he's gone a little overboard with the juice lately.
Apple juice?
Ball thrown.
Steroids. I was
Oh.
looking on the same reference page there.
Oh, hold on. Doo-doo-doo.
The enemy has dropped the
Uh-oh, we've got someone in the chat box stirring up a ruckus. Pure_monster_1 saying, Grifball isn't competitive faggots. I don't condone that at all.
And Bacon, you need to not ever say that word on the stream ever again.
I was just saying this guy's a big fat meanie and he needs to go. Move his
Yep,
family
and
out.
he is gone.
Good, I'm glad. I felt threatened.
Alright, well, back to the game. Back to why we're here.
Oh, someone has lagged out. Dead Dragon. R.I.P.
Alright, so we've got a knee being taken. I'm a little bit surprised it took us this long to get there, but hey.
I'll take this knee. I respect them. I'm gonna sit on this bench in here.
Yep, you do that.
Big fan of sitting.
I can tell. Alright, so we're going to take a time out here, relax. Oh, we got a little bit of dancing action on the far side of the court. Let's zoom in for our halftime show. Oh, look at that! He's giving his teammate a hug. Or warming up his hamstrings, I think, is what he's doing now.
Gotta do some squats. Get those glutes in shape.
Yep.
It's all about the toned buns and thighs. Getting swole.
I think you'd know probably better than I would, Bacon.
Absolutely not. My gamer tag is bacon for days. I don't do that much working out.
Alright, so I'm going to listen in here, see if I can glean any activity from the team. There's some giggling and laughing. That's always a good sign.
Those kids and their jovial spirits.
Yep, they're having a good old time, whacking each other with the ends of their hammers.
They're having a grand old time.
It's a hallowed Grifball tradition.
Oh man, there's a bloodbath over there. Hashtag Ferguson.
You know what, Bacon? I'm gonna say that's strike number 2 there, Buster. That's a little too soon. That's kind of horribly inappropriate.
I mean, so am I.
I was gonna wait for Dead Dragon to get back in here. Hopefully
I
she
heard
will
she's
return.
restarting Halo 4, according to someone on Red Ray.
All right, we'll take this moment to thank everybody for coming out, supporting the Grifball. I almost said the Grifball Hubcast, supporting Grifball in all of its lovely forms, including the traditional dance of and mutual betrayal of teammates that happens during our downtime. If you would like more Grifball action, you can always check out GrifballHub.com for all your griffing and volleying needs. If you need more Grifball action in your life, check out our Twitter at GrifballHub. I know that's a surprise as well. And Bacon, are you tuning into Red Ray? Because it looks like they're trying to get your attention.
Oh, they're not talking.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just want to make sure that he wasn't trying to get our attention there. And let's see here. Facebook. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, MySpace, CompuServe, Friendster, Dogpile.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. I don't know if we're
If
on
you're a
LinkedIn.
grown-up or something.
Yeah, we might be. And so yeah, thanks for tuning up our Wednesday Night Grifbrawl. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 10 o'clock. And be sure to tune in tomorrow night as well. We have Thursday Night Grifbrawl. And it looks, all 4 players are on the court. So it looks like we're going to have a restart here. Toot sweet. So looking forward to that. Thank you all for your patience.
Alright, it appears as though teams are ready. Play ball.
Alright, so we are back on Array. Red Ray now is whole again with Dead Dragon having been resurrected from the dead.
I missed her.
Timeless
Oh,
on
a
the
pass
pin,
play
picked up,
to
and
Tariq MacBot for the goal.
stuck it. There was
It
just
appears as though they
nothing.
might have been caught off guard by the restarting of play.
It's possible, but if there's going to be a restart, I'm glad it happened after the 5th goal was scored.
Ricochet.
And there's always a silver lining somewhere.
New balls spawn.
So we're gonna go ahead and finish out the rest. It looks like we're going for a pro
Could we
run.
have another pro run? No, we could not.
And again, Tariq with his Thor hammer just swatting the Funky Bunch out of the air like gnats.
I'll give $5 to anyone who can give me the name of the hammer from Handy Manny right now, because I really want to make that reference.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm sure someone out there watches children's TV shows. They'll know what I'm talking about.
Is like Fix It Felix? Because he had a hammer.
Is that some kind of Handy Manny knockoff? Because I don't play that shit. Only OG Handy Manny. Not even Bob and Bill there. I don't like him.
Okay, because that was from a movie.
Oh,
that's
Tariq with the
Snap
steal
Pot
and
again.
a doorstop.
The enemy
What an
dropped the
eventful,
ball.
I don't know, like 2 seconds.
Tariq MacBot has just been nasty. A hammer and sword and punches. It's just been a brutal game for HeMan and the Funky Bunch to have to try and work through.
They just can't handle his hybrid hammer.
Team dropped the ball.
Well, it's something else. I can tell you that. Looks like Pop-Tart jumped to try and get the intercept. Didn't quite make it, but it is in the hands of HeMan and the Funky Bunch anyway. They're now tracing forward. And Keptrix goes in to try and do some spawn killing. Doesn't have time to pinch up his tent before he is taken out.
Any word on Keptric's emotional state right about now? I imagine he's
let me
pretty
tune in.
fired up.
Well, there's silence. Nope, that's not silence. That
Yeah.
is the reason why on-court players are not allowed to live stream. That is why we don't do game chat. Keptrix is a fine example of that right now.
He does have a very colorful vocabulary.
And, on what happens on the court stays on the court. So, and it is 6-1, so the game is officially in the hands of Red Ray. They will take down this game 1, but there are more games to go. And we'll see what HeMan decides to do once this game is over. So out of the 7 rounds, we've got 9, so about 2 more to go, and we'll see what happens.
I'm curious to see whether or not HeMan, the Funky Munch, or Red Ray wants a better host for the next game.
Well, I have a feeling Red Ray is going to be happy with how things are going, even though they dropped a player. You don't. I think we learned it was the playoffs last year. If you're winning on a host, and that just doesn't seem. That's just dirty. There's just no other words for that.
I don't know. I just looked around. I saw a few passes, saw a few catches, and then there was a goal. Can't really wrap my head around it right now.
I think somebody greased up his armor before the match.
Was it bacon grease?
It could be. It could be. It could very well be.
It's pretty gross.
Alright, so the last round for the lulz.
Oh, that
one,
was something.
Epic Fluffy Ninja with the
Ball
lunge.
is getting Franklin'd all about the place.
And runners going on the far side, just kind of going it alone, but given the luck they've had so far, I guess that's not necessarily a bad thing. Poison Pop-Tart with the ball, traces back, gets a stiff arm, charges forward, Brayley goes for the wall hop, gets another
stiff arm.
Off the wall hop, he's in a trouble once again. Will he go for the third? The trip, yes.
Another stiff arm before losing the ball.
But could not get the kill tack on the stiff arms there. Very difficult, but he did the best he could, bought his team some time to respawn and recover. But a little bit of an oversight there by Mr. Limbo Pimp. He just took a step out of the direction, and Red Ray seized a hold of that and finished the game, 8-1.
An 8-1 victory for Red Ray, well deserved, with Tariq MacPot to play.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and break down the stats, and we'll check in with the teams and see what they would like to do from this point on. So let's take a look. Mom's Taco at 12:45, Tariq MacPot at 10:65, Hosty at 10:55, Dead Dragon at 9:15, Poison Pop-Tart at 13:40, Epic Fluffy Ninja at 12:45, Captrix at 7:35, and Mr. Limbo Pimp at 7:30. You can see a lot of goals there lining up. And it looks like they're starting before I can even finish reading the stats.
Who cares about numbers when you could just play more Grifball, am I right?
I guess. I was expecting maybe a host check or a neutral host, but apparently they're saying YOLO and going for it.
I too expected some kind of sausage in play.
Get balls into the goal for points.
Okay.
Oh,
so Captrix is just as fired up as he was last round, possibly more so.
Captrix with the ball right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. And he gets
getting
one
a stiff arm on Mom's Tacos. Tariq MacPot with a double kill looking thing.
And Captrix still has possession.
Oh, Tariq MacPot schooling him in the corner. Tariq MacPot still an impressive player on the court this game.
Alright, HeMan Funky Bunch right beneath the announcer's booth, strafing to the center, trying to help his teammates out as best he can. Epic Fluffy Ninja doing well, but just does not seem to have any range. Runner gets popped sky high, falls down, and is just obliterated by Mom's Taco. Mom's Taco on the run right beneath the announcer's booth, drops back a little bit, seeking some assistance from Dead Dragon, who's having a pretty good game. Eats a hammer. He must be very hungry because he just gobbled that up.
I'm sure. Oh, what a lunge by your boy Captrix.
Yes, he has the fire of 1,000 suns currently burning in his soul, from what I can hear.
What? Caught alone in the corner.
I think he was trying
and
to
put down by Dead Dragon.
Trying to do it all on his own. But you can't spell Grifball without team, so keep that in mind.
I'm no spelling expert, but I know that's right.
And here comes Red Ray. They have a wide open slot. There's just nothing that...
And a virtually unopposed goal.
Oops. There we go.
Ricochet.
And I'd just like to wish all of the viewers a happy Wednesday.
Yes, happy Wednesday. Indeed, it's a Oh, I was hoping for a pro run.
Rick MacPot with the defense, offense, just having an all-around baller game. Just witnessed the laggiest lunge in my life.
Yeah, and in the old days, we would call that RTDS, which stands for Refusal to Die Syndrome, because we saw Keptrix lock on, lunge, and have nothing happen. So it's good to know that the RTDS is real and it's still alive in Halo 4.
Very alive. Super, like, ultra alive. Like, you guys
and
don't
I
even
know
know
it's
how
not just
alive.
my screen, because I heard Bacon call it, and I also heard Keptrix very descriptively describe what he had just experienced.
I'm sure he was very verbal about it.
There was quite a bit of surprise, I guess is a good way to say it.
Yeah, I can't imagine he took to it lightly.
RTDS, one of the hallowed traditions of Halo 3 Grifballers everywhere.
I'm a Halo 4 kid, so I don't know about any of that stuff.
It's okay. Back in
I'm
my
usually
day.
a young boy.
Runner
Go,
getting
buddy.
a clutch stiff arm, gets a second. Keptrix trying to come to the rescue, gets a good tank on him and is pushing forward.
Keptrix with a ghost hammer.
And
Oh,
that's
and an unfortunate kill.
just incredibly
Yeah.
unlucky, but they still have time, they can turn it around, they just gotta get on the counterattack.
Retaining possession after all that, which I might say is surprising.
Holy Jesus, once again, Tarek MacPot with just the ridiculous super god lunges.
Super god indeed. I've never seen Jesus in a cape myself, but if I have, I'd assume it looks just like Tariq. That might be the officially most ridiculous thing that's ever come out of my mouth.
I find that hard to believe.
A shotgun attempt? What is this? What sorcery?
Ball thrown.
I didn't realize Dragon Guy was playing.
So HeMan and the Funky Bunch looking a little bit better this time around. Pass it down to Cyan Cider. Oh, not Cyan, I'm sorry.
Oh!
Can HeMan and the
And
Funky
she
Bunch
wouldn't
be
go.
any more unlucky? Like, there's only so many times you can drag your toes across the halo and have it not arm. Just, it can be a very frustrating experience for a team. Not that my team has ever experienced such frustration, I just only imagine it to be so.
Posty tanking in, Taco being taken out,
The enemy has dropped the ball.
and HeMan and the Funky Bunch managing to save themselves from that one.
Funky Bunch recovering well. They definitely had a hard first game. They're coming out and performing very well in the second game. They are down 1-0, but they're looking good. They're maintaining possession. They've had several goes at the goal, and it actually reminds me a lot of last night's game where against Watch and Awe. Sorry, the ball on the far side now. Keptrix looks like he's going to get there first. And the ball, I think, is just neutral in the corner there. Yep.
Dropped the ball.
There's some discussion in the chat box about having Mr. Crowbar do some entertaining of his own. No.
And by entertaining, he means like Coyote Ugly entertaining, or
No, God, no. Goose,
The
please.
enemy has
This is
dropped
a
the
children's show.
I
My
mean,
Lord,
we
this is
did
crazy.
broadcast Hot Bikini Guys last night.
Yeah, well, I mean, who doesn't want to see some of that?
A failed shotgun launch. But
It
they
was a very
kept
different
Keptrix
shotgun
on
launch.
high.
I'm going to go ahead and blame that failure on lag.
I thought you were going to blame it on the thought of Mr. Crowbar doing Coyote Ugly.
Oh, no. I've already repressed that. Thanks for bringing it back.
Alright, so we have HeMan and Funky Bunch holding on to possession, increasing their time of possession, which is going to be a good thing for them. As Cal likes to say, if the other team doesn't have the ball, they can't score. And that is the infinite wisdom of
Although
the
I will
captain.
say, they are not great at turning that possession time into goals. Keptrix spawn killing. He's going hard in the paint until, he just died. Never mind. You gotta said that.
And that was Triumph Hosty with his own pretty hyperbolic lunge. Keptrix with the fiery passion that only a man like him can hold within him. gets taken out, but not before he drives out the runner.
Posty doing some serious backtracking to get away from that sword. With the pass to MacPot and the goal. That's some Tom Brady action right there. Calling it Patriots Super Bowl.
I mean, Red Ray, despite their tanking advantage, they really have been doing a great job at moving the ball around with the pass. They have taken advantage of having players open in the field and, you know, getting to a point where those kind of passes can happen and those kind of goals can take place.
Yes, I will say that the play style of Red Ray right now is decimating HeMan the Funky Bunch. Between their strong facet plays and their strong tanking, I think they really have to overcome this.
Well, it's also tough because there have been 2 or 3 times that there should have been points on the board for the Funky Bunch. And sometimes
I would say they're getting beat up on by lag and the other team. They're just having an all-around bad time.
I mean, that was a great maneuver there by the runner. Just left 3 tanks behind. I would call a no-kill just so that he could run back in time. And it looks like they're going to be able to walk this in. Or
My lord.
Because
they could be the most unfortunate group of people I've ever met in my life.
Yeah, that... I mean, if they had... I don't know. There were 3 Red Ray players left behind. And I did see the Funky Bunch still going after the tank kills. And you just got to not... You have to call it a no-kill and resist the temptation to kill all the things as we are primed to do, because then you leave 3 players in the back end and you've got a one-on-one. But again, just another very unlucky turn of events for HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
I'm certain that someday something might go their way a little bit.
Like I was mentioning earlier, it does remind me a lot of the Hot Bikini Guys versus Watchnog game last night, where Terry MacPot with the score. That didn't happen last night, but Hot Bikini Guys had 4 or 5 different times where, for all intents and purposes, they should have put points on the board, but the Guardians were cruel and said no. And,
well, I guess they were very blunt about it.
Yeah. And here we go.
New ball spawn.
So Red Ray looking for a pro run.
Solid tip-off win. And he gets out alive. Would you look at that? Rick MacPot showing off his serious wizard skills. Oh,
Pass
and then
the
showing
ball
off
to...
his serious Eli Manning skills.
Hey,
Oh, no.
hey now.
Better.
I will ban you. You do not speak ill of my Eli.
I'm not speaking ill. I'm just stating simply that he may or may not frequently throw interceptions while he's playing.
The enemy has dropped the ball.
An assassination on Tariq MacPot. Maybe they're playing mind games now.
So again, it's 3-0. Red Ray currently leading over HeMan and Funky Bunch. And this is an Elite 8 game, so the winner of this will go on as the winner of the Pro Run division. Nice lunge by Keptrick.
Tariq MacPot taken down at his own side of the court.
That's going to have to be a quick counterattack. And we'll
If
see
HeMan
if-
and the Funky Bunch can turn this one into
Oh.
a goal.
God.
Well, I'm just gonna stop talking because that appears to really not be helping.
Mom's Taco with the epic kill on the runner.
Go Genting.
But yeah, the winner of this series will go on to the Final Four and represent the Pro Runs, I believe, in the Final Four. And I'm trying to remember. I know that their opponent has not yet been decided, but it will be one of 2, obviously. It will be, let's see here. Where'd the ball go? There it is. Sorry, I lost track of it on my screen. And they will play either Johnson Salty Grifballs or Watch and Awe. So that's the reward for winning this game, is to advance and play one of those 2 teams.
And either way, should be a very good matchup.
Yep, Johnson Salty Grifballs, one of the most winningest Grifball teams of all time ever. And Watch and Awe, a very strong, very highly ranked team in PGL.
With that goal.
Again, another pass goal, too.
They're passing and they're tanking. It's just all wombo comboing for some crazy goals.
It's all coming together for them.
Big fan of the Beatles.
Alright, well it is do or die time now for HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
And it looks like they chose die. Oh, they only have... Oh, hey, never mind. They only had 3. I think their 4th has joined the fray.
Runner isolated. He's got 3 tanks between him and his... or rather... passes the ball off anyway, looking to make magic happen. And it is Keptrix who comes up with the ball for HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
Let's see if his flaming spirit can carry him to the goal. 1 stiff arm. Too nervous to punch Tariq Macpot. With good reason.
I don't think I would say Keptrix was too nervous. Mostly because I don't want to know what he would say to me in return if I happened to mention that I thought he was nervous.
I think he was just super
there he
fired
goes.
up.
He got the stiff arm on Tariq Macpot. He did.
Getting greedy, going for Hosty. That's another punch.
Sucker punch.
Will he go for another punch on Tariq? Walking around the enemy tanks. Oh, being chased back by Tariq.
So things seeming to have slowed down a bit here. I feel... Oh! And that is Tariq Macpot with the kill on the carrier. Epic Fucking Ninjas there runs, jumps, and passes the ball back.
Good save. That was nice.
And that is Keptrix with the ball for the HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
Ooh. Not gonna say that was a VS mutual, but it was on the BRS side thing. Oh, Halo 4, you and your antics.
So it is a sudden death for HeMan and the Funky Bunch right now. 1 more goal will secure Red Ray's victory as they will proceed to the Final Four and be 1 step closer to the GGL Championship. But there's definitely some stiff arm competition along the way. If Red Ray wins here, they will either go on to face Johnson Salty Grifballs or Watch and Awe. We showed Watch and Awe last night playing against the Hot Bikini guys. And tomorrow night, we have another GGL lineup for you. We have TG Blizzard versus Reckless Fire. And we'll be showcasing them tomorrow night on Thursday Night Grifbrawl at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Oh boy, Mom's Taco almost picking up the clutch goal.
So HeMan has a very never say die attitude here. They are, even though it looks bleak in the darkest before the dawn, etc., they're still putting forth the best that they can.
I will say, they are definitely giving Red Ray a run for their money right now. They're not going down without a fight. Although, that pass to Red Ray could secure them their ultimate loss. Oh, a bounce out, and... brownie face, broken heart emoji, little skull emoji, R.I.P. HeMan and the Funky Bunch.
Crowbar is asking if he and Bacon commentate Thursday Night Grifbrawl.
Fun fact, Thursday Night Grifbrawl was the first time, or the first Thursday Night Grifbrawl was a Gen Things game. Just throwing that out there. Not saying that's the entire reason for us to be featured, but it's absolutely not a reason for us to not be featured.
That is a little tidbit of information I will tuck away.
Grifball fun facts.
Alright, well congratulations to Red Ray. They officially win this series. They will go on to face either Watch Not or Johnson Salty Grifballs in the next round, in the Final Four of the GGL playoffs.
Final Four. Big fan of alliteration.
There we go.
Well, a little too late for that, but HeMan and the Funky Bunch picking up a goal.
And it's Keptrix with the point.
I'm sure his heart exploded with the flame of a I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm sure he's excited, whatever.
New balls spawn.
Bacon, can you let me in? Let me in, Bacon. Thank you.
You're before me. You're very prompt.
Crowbar says that Gentink was the first Wednesday Night Grifbrawl game too, but that was pre-Bacon.
It was probably pre-Bacon. Most things were pre-Bacon. The Big Bang, Renaissance, 1700s.
You stick it? No! Oh man.
I'm gonna assume that was Pop. Oh wow! We're doing the sack pickup. Man.
Alright, Epic Fluffy Ninjas with the cleanup.
I'm assuming that was Pop-Tart with the launch and then dribble off the wall. His signature move.
Ricochet.
You're Pop-Tart if you're watching. Good one. I
New
like that.
balls spawn.
Yes, you face
The
I have my mic muted and I can still hear Ketrix. Like I have the volume all the way down and I can still hear him.
Yeah.
Full of passion is him.
Oh, absolutely. Like a passion fruit smoothie. He's full of concentrated passion.
Like
Maybe, I don't know, maybe he had a
passion
banana.
fruit infused with hot sauce or like ghost peppers.
That sounds disgusting.
I think you just said that Ketrix is disgusting. I think you're gonna hurt his feelings, Bacon.
No, we're BFFs, 5 ever.
So since you're BFFs, where did he come from? Because he's relatively new.
I genuinely don't know where he came from. He just kind of appeared one day out of the blue. But he's clearly asserted himself in the Grifball stuff, going pro. I mean, looks like he can hold his own. I'm sure his fiery attitude will contribute to his team.
Oh, I do believe that was a bit of a betrayal against Ketrix right there by Mr. Limbo Pimp. Little shotgun launch on Epic Fluffy Ninja, who has to pass back. Dangerous pass.
Oh, well, they get out of it safe. Good for them.
Yep, that is Poison Pop-Tart with the ball. Standing in for Inactive Spoon, whose internet decided to RIP. Right before the spin. Running, jumping off
might
the
say
wall.
his
Can he
internet
stick the landing?
inactive.
No.
ball thrown. Your team dropped a ball.
Alright, so we do still have 2 more rounds to go, and but the series is over. Red Ray will advance, so congratulations to them, and as always, we do enjoy seeing all the teams come out and put on a good show, so we hope all of you in the chat have enjoyed it. Looks like there was a bit of an assassination going on in the middle of the court
Abraham Lincoln didn't make it out of that one.
there. I don't think he was tackled, but I take your meaning.
Yeah, you know. Oh, some stiff arms and some goals.
That was Mom's Taco.
Point scored.
Not to take any focus away from the GGL, but Mom's Tacos being picked up in Amy by Aviange. Clearly we can see that they've got some team chemistry. They will prove to be worthy foes in AGL.
He was on contract for only 10 credits.
Yes, very solid team that Ava's picked up. Galactic Jedi, EJ, Aviange, himself, or Mom's Tacos himself, you know, words are tough.
Will definitely be interesting to see how all the cards fall once bidding is finalized.
Everyone make sure to pick up Pinhead Larry. When I say everyone make sure to pick him up, it's because I know there's enough to go around.
Alright, so you're giving out a pro tip there?
Yep. Pick up all 20 of Pinhead Larry, please.
Yeah, there's definitely been a bit of a interesting inflation going on in AMI, with certain players who shall remain nameless being put at absolutely ridiculous credits. But hey, I'm sure they deserve it, and it's fully well
Yeah,
earned.
Galactic Jedi going for 280, that's a bunch.
Who?
Galactic Jedi.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Amy this season has unfolded in a very peculiar manner.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how the bidding strategies, once they're all combined, create different scenarios. within the first, I think, almost 10 minutes, 75% of the bids were out. So it creates a
Yes,
very...
I did notice that. There were a lot of bids out in a short amount of time, and it looked like they were at a standstill for quite some time, too. People had some very different bidding strats.
Yep, and it definitely creates some interesting bidding wars that go on. But I know
Big fan of
pro bidding's
Auction
over and
Hunters
Amy
myself.
bidding's
That's a
getting
good
there.
show. On AMC
Can you
or
stick
something.
it? No. It's right there. Can they clean up?
Drop the ball.
Nope. Epic Fluffy Ninja
Clean
cannot
up,
end the
clean
game.
up, everybody clean up.
Alright, not Mom's Taco. It might be, I can't really tell. It is
It
Red
is.
Ray pressing forward, trying to put this... Oh, but no, Pop-Tart says
the
nay.
sidestep.
The enemy has dropped the ball.
Stop.
Yep, Pop-Tart put the sword into that one and killed that advance. It was DOA. Runner having to retreat all the way to the far corner. Ducks underneath the sword carrier, dekes out another one. It's kind of a dance of death going on. Captrix momentarily stationary, but now he leaps back to life.
Dancing shoes. A shotgun launch, a stiff arm, a dead.
Your team dropped the ball.
Ball's waiting in the far near corner, or the far near corner, the near corner. Pop-Tart picks it up, punches, can't quite tell who he punched, but there's someone on Red Ray. Thankfully. And again, this last round is
Pressure Hunter.
last round carrying on, even though everything is decided. That is one of the cool things about Grifball, is that they leave it all on the court every time.
Yeah, you know what they say.
What do they say?
Never stop until it's time to stop.
I thought they said don't stop believing.
Not a fan of that song.
The fact that you realize it's a song makes me feel better, because I thought maybe that you'd be too young for that.
I'm 17, not 6. Still a pretty popular song, like, anyone who's done karaoke ever has probably sung that.
Oh, there we go. One for the highlight reel.
Pop pass, please. Throw that in the highlight reel. Someone get Pro Ace Joker.
Yep, they went out with a bit of flair.
Well, good series to Red Ray, securing themselves a spot in the Final Four. And, a very well-played series to HeMan and the Funky Bunch. GG's all around. GG WW.
Alright, let's see if I can get through the actual stats this time. So Hosty at 1735, Taco at 1680, Dragon at 1500, Tarek Matpa at 1090. Epic Fluffy Ninja with an impressive 2415, Pop-Tart at 1580, Captrix at 1565, and Mr. Limbo Pimp at 930. Let's see here, there were 2 interceptions. They were both by Poison Pop-Tart. Oh, and Mr. Limbo Pimp had an interception as well. 4 defensive stops by Pop-Tart and 8 by Mom's Tacos, so beasting it up on the defensive front. KD-wise, Hosty was positive 6, Taco negative 5, Dragon positive 7, and Tarek Matpa negative 8. Epic Fluffy Ninja positive 21, Pop-Tart negative 9, Cupchicks negative 14, and Mr. Limbo Pimp negative 28.
I will say, it's surprising that Tariq went negative. I thought he was doing a very good job tanking that game.
Yeah, he seemed like not exactly the KD spread that I was expecting, but a good game by both teams. And congratulations to Red Ray once again. They will be advancing to the Final Four to play either Johnson Salty Grifballs or Watch in Awe. And this
Glad I
is
put $300 down on Red Ray.
Alright, but this is the end of the road for HeMan and the Funky Bunch, and it's also the end of the road for Wednesday Night Grifbrawl. So that is it for our broadcast tonight. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for Thursday Night Grifbrawl, where we have TG Blizzard going up against Reckless Fire for another GGL playoff match. And of course, that's at 9 p.m. and will be followed immediately by the GrifballHub cast at 10 p.m. So be sure to tune in and listen up. And I want to thank Bacon for being my commentator with me.
Anytime. Grifball cinch bags, $10, booth 433.
All right, everybody take care and have a great night.
Less than 3.
Bye.